What's startling to know is that 1 in 7 of our students will experience a death of an immediate family member, a classmate, a close friend before they graduate from high school. The vision that we have for Amanda the Panda is totally to be available to provide hope and healing to grieving children and families.
My nephew Cameron lost his mom, my sister Kathy Robinson, 2 years ago. And he's from Mississippi. He's come to live with me.
Our second son, Blake, was born on January 15th of 2011, and during the first few days of his life he was exposed to a cold sore and contracted herpes simplex virus, which attacked his liver, it shut down his kidneys, and he was treated at the University of Iowa Children's Hospital, where he died 31 days after his birth.
We realize that children can feel very alone and isolated, and they don't always have the language or the coping skills they need during the difficult journey of grief. Oftentimes parents ask us, what can we do to support our grieving children? And one of the best things that we can suggest is you have to take care of yourself first, and then you can help your child.
We first heard about Amanda the Panda in October of 2012, and we started with attending the camp right after my husband passed away.
Well, I brought my kids down here because they don't really talk to me much about this that happened with Mom. I think this will help them step through the door, so to speak. Because they're young, we got to move on. They got a long life ahead of them. I got quite a chore ahead of me too, taking care of them, but we can do it. We can do it.
At registration, you'll get your own Camp Amanda t-shirt. Every child gets a teddy bear. We all have special name tags that indicate our names, which group that we're in, as well as the special person that we're honoring by coming to Camp Amanda.
My name is William and my mom died.
My name is Owen and my dad died.
My name is Skylar and my sister died.
My name is Zach and my brother died.
At Camp Amanda, no one will make fun of you. No one will judge you. It's just a time to come together to share stories and to have some fun.
My name is Keith. I brush my teeth.
Her name's Amanda. And she's a panda.
Children and adult camps are held simultaneously but separately. Children will have their own cabin where they do all their activities. Adults and teens have their own modern cabins where they also hold their own activities. Every activity at Camp Amanda has a purpose, and that purpose is to start healing. Because when your family comes back together, we want you to be able to talk about everything that you've done at camp.
Teenagers are very unique in their grief, and they oftentimes feel more comfortable talking in a peer group than maybe to the family members that are they're closest to.
One night, my sister said she wasn't breathing, so tried everything, but hospital couldn't do anything either, so I try not to think about it too much. I just take a philosophy from my movies and keep it in the heart and keep it in the head and try not to let it affect me.
Think about when you got the news of your loved one that died. Take your pie chart and divide up into the emotions that you were feeling at that time.
The blue represents angry, just because I'm angry at myself and I'm angry at God. And the guilt is from me, because I was the one taking care of her that whole summer.
Every child has an anger wall for their camp, and the adults have an anger wall for their camps. And we get to write all the things we're angry about on a special green burning foam board. Because later on Saturday, every child and every adult gets to throw eggs at their anger wall. And it's a wonderful activity where we get to release some of that anger and recognize that anger is okay.
It's hard to tell somebody that you're going to a grief camp and you're going to have a lot of fun, because a lot of times those two don't intermix very well. But it really is an enjoyable experience where you get to have fun. There's going to be a range of emotions that you'll feel while you're here, but walking away, you really feel the benefit of changing somebody's life.
Horses! Okay, goats.
We just took a wagon ride down from the main camp, and now we're playing with goats and sheep and a donkey, and the kids are having a lot of fun feeding them, and a couple are out, which is a lot of fun for the kids too.
Fun is a core element at Camp Amanda. We're not there just to do grief work, because kids don't grieve all at one time. They grieve in little spurts. They have a little grief spurt, and then they go and run and play, and that's very natural for kids. And so our camp activities mimic that natural grieving process that children take.
I like dogs and the sheep.
Hey, Amanda!
Middle school and high school students have a special opportunity. They do a low ropes course together. They go out to woods, and there's these low elements. So it might be crossing a rope or getting from one stump to another, but they are focused on teamwork.
How do we know when we found
me? Uh-oh.
This is now my 6th camp, and I keep coming back because you see those kids, you see them come in, their hearts are very heavy, and they leave hugging you and making new friends, and you know that you've made some kind of difference with connecting these kids together.
One of the things that really helped me is sitting in the group and hearing people's stories. Pretty heart-wrenching. Just to know that you're not in this alone means a lot.
My husband had fallen on the ice the day before Christmas, and on Christmas Eve he woke up complaining of a severe pain in his left shoulder. At some point in the night he had thrown up. I thought maybe he had developed a concussion from his fall. On the 26th, he woke up complaining of difficulty breathing, and so I called his doctor, and he said to take him to the emergency room. They took him to intensive care. I never spoke to him again. My sons and I struggle with his death every day.
I actually didn't know what grief was until I went to Amanda the Panda. And I learned that it would actually go away sometime. And sometimes it will be happy days, and sometimes it will be sad days. So, yeah.
You young kids, what did you learn that grief is? Can you... Get very mad. So the first thing she mentioned about grief is mad. And that is one of the primary emotions that we have, and no one seems to talk about, do they? You have the right to the feelings that you have, and to take all the time you need to feel those feelings and find creative ways like anger walls, or some of you came up with other ideas. Shout them out.
Yelling in your pillow.
Yelling in your pillow.
Awesomeness!
Being awesome. Now James is going to take our anger wall and place it in the fire.
Burn that wall! Burn that wall!
We take the anger board and we burn that. And that's the whole idea, is we're burning the anger. We want to get rid of the anger. We want to get rid of all the negative feelings with our loss, which is impossible. But we help try, and that's the idea, is to help make a little transition, move from an angry board, and then the next day we have a love board. What do we have left, and the things that we still have left to focus on and grow from there.
We will be sharing this ball of yarn. I'm going to throw it to Grace. She was kind and friendly to all the other kids.
I don't know your name, but it was fun playing cards with you there.
The web shows us the friends we've made here, how we're all connected. 1, 2, 3.
We have a very special candlelight ceremony. One person starts off by telling their story about a special person. Maybe it's a memory or something that their special person gave them.
I light this candle in memory of my friend Mike, and I will never forget his infectious smile. And he had an electric wheelchair, and he used to drive it around like he was a race car driver. And I will never forget just his complete joy.
I light this candle for my dad, and he was always there for me.
I light this candle in memory of my auntie. I still get to see her through my little cousin, and just seeing her growing up to be a beautiful woman, just like her mom, allows me to feel good about everything, that it's going to be okay.
It's been an honor to hear the stories and what your special people mean to you. If you remember when we first started, the room was very dark, and then one by one, the room is aglow with so much love. Thank you for doing this.
Our closing ceremony, we want to send a message out to you that even though we know that you are missing that special person, you are still a family. And when you hear your special person's name mentioned, we would like to honor them by having the whole family come up. Kathy Robinson's family, please come forward.
We are still a family.
The family of Christopher also.
We're changing. We are still a family. We are still a family.
The family of
We
Nino
are
and
still a family. Even though we're changing, we are still a family.
At this time, we'll now invite Amanda to lead us.
We are still a family. Even though we're changing, we are still a family. We are still a family. We are still a family. Even though we're changing, we are still a family.
If I could say anything about Amanda the Panda to someone who was grieving, I would tell them that it is more than just a support group. It's more than just camp. It is a network of support. It's ongoing. The volunteers check on you throughout the year to see how you're doing, and just having the center that you could go to when you feel that you have a need. It's not a program that you fully graduate from, if you will. It's one that will remain with you as you go through your journey.
These people, I can call them on a weekend or whatever and be like, hey, I just need somebody to say hi to, I just need a hug, whatever. If they're here and I can come get that hug, I can come visit them, I can do that stuff, and it's all in a safe place.
You used to stop, can I stop on my way home to get Amanda the Panda fix from high school?
Yep. And for any parents out there, I'm pretty sure it's it's hard to get a teenager to go and do stuff like that. Just have a teenager want to go get a hug from some people. Truly, as a teenager, I believe I'm living proof that this place works.